Hello and welcome to round 6 of Grand Prix Providence. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm joined by Pro Tour Hall of Famer Randy Buehler, and we are watching two undefeated players, both at 5-0. Alexander Hayne on the right of your screen. He's playing Obzon Megamorph. And Mike Sigrist on the left, also playing Obzon Megamorph. Randy, what's going on here with these two decks?
This is basically the deck that Owen Turtenwald has been wrecking the Standard Super League with, which is basically the same deck Yuki Ichikawa used to win Grand Prix Shanghai. So we just saw the deck tech with Pascal Maynard. This is not card for card identical to Pascal's version, but it's very close.
So Mike Sigrist fires off a Thoughtseize here, start of turn 2. And he's looking at a hand with Thoughtseize, Satyr Wayfinder, and Hostilities. Looks like two Deathmist Raptors. One of them sort of hidden under there, but I recognize the landscape there in the corner. And an Elspeth.
Interesting. He could take Wayfinder and try to Mana Screw Alex. There's only one land in that hand, so the Wayfinder's doing some work.
This also depends on what's in his, what he might want to protect in his hand.
Precisely. Yeah, the Thoughtseize is another option. If he wants to impact the beginning of the game, it's either the Thoughtseize or the
Satyr Wayfinder would be honored here. Honored!
To be chosen out of that hand.
Like, so, he's just going to be at the bar later, and he's like, there were two Deathmist Raptors, an Elspeth.
Well, you're never taking a Deathmist Raptor.
You're never taking a Deathmist Raptor, obviously. But I'm just saying, you know, in terms of the pedigree of cards. Yeah, he does take the Thoughtseize.
Yeah, we saw basically this decision come up in the Reed versus Owen match. There was no Thoughtseize, to be fair. But Reed did take Satyr Wayfinder out of a one land, or a two total land hand.
So there's the Wayfinder. It comes, and it whiffs.
Ooh.
It whiffs. I'm not sure if that's better or worse.
I think it changes what's happening at the bar. So Wayfinder is drowning his sorrows.
So third land for Mike Sigrist. And he plays a morph. Now, is this deck playing?
It's got the full Megamorph package.
It's got the full Megamorph package.
Den Protectors,
and
Deathmist Raptors.
Okay.
Yeah, this version of the Obzon deck is two sweepers. They both have two copies of Crux of Fate. We saw Pascal mix it up. One to end Hostilities, one Crux of Fate. These guys run two Crux. They both have one Tassiger. Three Thoughtseizes.
So no third land for Alexander Hayne. So that's 5 deep off since he played that Wayfinder without a land. Now, can you imagine if he'd taken the Wayfinder? He would have never gotten off of this, off these blocks. We don't know if that's a Raptor or a Den Protector. Face
You haven't
down.
really gotten a look at Mike's hand.
It looks like he's lining up a Thoughtseize. No. Oh, he's just going to play a Siege Rhino. So it's Den Protector, you could like flip up Den Protector, take, you know, get a Thoughtseize back. But
Yeah, he can see that Alex has missed a land drop now, though. You just want to apply pressure. When your opponent gets stuck on lands like this, just cast the biggest, hardest hitting thing you can.
The biggest, hardest hitting thing was a Siege Rhino, and it will continue to be a Siege Rhino when he plays his next one.
Yeah, the second one hits even harder than the first.
Alexander Hayne falls to 11. He chump blocks the morph with the Wayfinder, and here comes 8 life. He's down to 8 now from the Siege Rhino.
Not the most exciting of games.
No. These are even some permutation of cards that can be used for anything other than spatulaing up your other cards. So Mike Sigrist takes game 1 against Alexander Hayne. Alexander Hayne, always a good sport. You see him smiling. He's like, all right, I got something for you. He's like, well, I have the same thing. We're playing a 75-card mirror, stupid.
We get to poke in on the match between Gerard and JD.
Let's see if we can cut over there. Yeah, here we go. JD Compliance. She's playing Obzon mid-range, and Gerard Fabiano is on Salt High Control. Both of these players have picked up a loss along the way. Let's see. Ashiok doing what Ashiok does, while Soren does what Soren does. So some
Plus the Soren, kill the Ashiok? Is that the line? 7 would get it done, right? Oh, monsters on Fleece Mane. And plus.
And yes, a little of both. Send them at the Ashiok. Fleece Mane Lion goes to the Exile.
And JD and King's 8 from that line, too.
All right. Doesn't seem like a lot that
She seems ahead.
Gerard is able to do here.
Trying to piece the gameplay together from the graveyards. Can't quite. Looks like a couple Thoughtseize is traded. Some removal may be traded.
Gerard didn't mulligan. Just assuming.
Assuming. Gee, how do you count that quick, Brian? No count was required.
You may remember Jadine from the finals of Grand Prix Chicago earlier this season. Gerard, of course, from the top 8 of umpteen Grand Prix, seemingly playing the best Magic of his career right now.
It's true. Yeah, he's been playing really well.
He plays a morph. Has no pressure for the Soren.
You just plus and smash, right?
Yeah.
Morph do anything interesting, or is this just a chump block? Den Protector, so at least it's a regrowth. Flips to get a Murderous Cut, which takes down her other creature. Okay, no Vampire token. And the Fleece Mane got chump blocked.
Yeah, but yeah, the Fleece, that's sort of the, the Fleece Mane's kind of in that zone right now.
Fleece Mane Abyss. You will lose a creature every turn.
He's up to 33.
Gerard animatedly ripping cards off the top of his library. Save me, deck.
He's empty-handed here.
Yeah.
Or one card that he drew this turn. Anyway.
No, the card he drew was the Temple.
Oh,
that card is...
That's the Scry?
That is the Scry.
Ugh.
Yeah, which means he's taking 8.
And then there's a Siege Rhino.
Yeah, he's just dead on board. Can she do math? Of course she can do math, Gerard.
All right.
On to game 2.
Yeah, on to game 2, but I think, let's see where our main match is. Oh, those guys, look at that, perfect timing. They're just getting ready to dig in here to their game 2. Alexander Hayne hoping for a little better, man. I mean, you can obviously keep that hand, though, right?
Oh, yeah, 2 lands and a
Wayfinder?
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 Easy. Yeah, I would feel like Mike earned it more if he'd taken the Wayfinder somehow.
Yeah.
Rather than just had it whiff. And then the deck whiff.
Yeah, I mean, that was 6-7 cards deep without a land there.
Yep. But these things happen.
Yep.
Yeah, Alex picked up a couple of points last weekend.
Yeah, he pulled
In
away.
Charlotte.
He pulled away from
He had a
Pascal.
one. He had a 1 point
yeah.
lead. Now he has what? 4 point lead.
4 point lead. Yeah, he got 3 points. Finished, I think, 16th
Yeah.
at Grand Prix Charlotte. Honestly, one of the first things I do at the end of these GPs now is just Control F to find Hayne, Wesco, Menard, Kukamai.
I've enjoyed the Grand Prix Player of the Year spot. That's new this year.
Yeah, it is.
But there's
it
a
is
world
new.
spot on the line for whoever gets the most points across all Grand Prix, uncapped.
Yeah.
And it seems like these guys are chasing it.
Yeah, I mean, Pascal Menard absolutely chasing it.
Even Hayne, would Hayne be here if it wasn't for that? He's got 6 good results.
That's true.
He can't
needs-
really help his Pro Club status.
The only thing he can do for his Pro Club status is get a top 8 here. That's the only thing that would increase his point total.
Right.
in terms of the regular player of the year.
Right, and even there, I think he still
status.
has to. He has to put up a decent Pro Tour finish if he wants to get platinum.
Yeah. But Craig Wesco's certainly going to more Grand Prix than we've seen him go to in the past.
Right, and Wesco has now clinched platinum, which is great for him. I mean, you could imagine him saying, "Okay, I've got platinum. I'm not going to get to Worlds unless I go do well at the Pro Tour." Nope, he can get to Worlds.
All right, so
with
we're
Grand Prix
underway
points.
here. Forest for Sigrist, a couple of Sandstep Citadels for Alexander Hayne. No action. Break a windswept heath here on turn 2. Goes and fetches a plains. So is this really a wayfinder of his own here?
Oh, Hayne can actually clinch platinum with a top 8.
Yeah, he's 1 point from
He's
clinching
1 point
platinum.
from clinching platinum.
Yeah. So there's a Seder Wayfinder. Is that a second Seder Wayfinder miss?
Yeah.
It is.
Seems fair, and it's in
Yeah.
the other side this
Evens
time.
it out.
Why did we play that card in our deck again? I have no idea, man.
Doesn't even get to put any Death Mesh Raptors in his graveyard. So Alexander Haynes, first time he's had both his Citadels untapped at the same time. So he's plays his third land off of a windswept heath.
Plays a forest that I do not recognize. It has no
I was trying to
expansion
figure out what
symbol.
you were looking at. Randy's peering at the camera. Peering at the monitor, and he's just like, I'm like, did I get the Sandstep Citadel name wrong?
Where does
what's
that
going
forest
on?
come from? It doesn't even. It has no expansion symbol. It has the big mana, so it's clearly like
So
late
it's a portal.
90s.
So it's a portal.
It's got to be some flavor of Portal, but without an expansion symbol.
Maybe from the demo decks. There were like portal demo decks that were given out.
It is a fairly obscure sort of late 90s era
I'm sure we'll know
forest.
shortly. So Death
Oh.
Mist Raptor, from Alexander Hayne, no third land for Sigrist, and he just face ups a Den Protector.
It's a Euro forest? It doesn't
That's
look
what
like
we're
the.
hearing.
Maybe. Chat says it's a Euro land.
All right. So here's a Siege Rhino. It's an American Siege Rhino.
Okay. Face
North American Siege Rhino. Anyway, to be continentally correct. And again, wow. So we've seen some pretty meager draws and actual misses with Seder Wayfinders now in Game 1 and Game 2 of this match. Double block to kill the Death Mist Raptor. 2 for 1 himself there. Still has to deal with Siege Rhino. 5th land coming for Alexander Hayne off of a fetch land. They playing
These
Wingmate
basics
Rock.
I get. Beta basics, totally familiar.
That's why they attacked last year, because you drew land, you want a hate token.
You don't have an aesthetic if you're going to have the beta plains that you want the beta forest. Or,
It's-
and there's a Wingmate Rock and
Oh,
Friend.
jeez. Yeah, the most interesting thing going on in this game is playing guess where the lands came from.
And it looks like still no third land. Shows them a full 4 copies of Death Mist
Quads.
Raptor in hand.
Quad Death Mist Raptors.
Yeah, but it loses to a pair of birds.
that it does.
Jacobs are my go-tos. For rock.
All right, so we check in again on Complirons and Gerard Fabiano.
Looks like Jadine just lost a Whisperwood Elemental to a self-inflicted wound.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I don't know. Right before the end step, too. Life was about to get so much better.
Well, if I've learned anything, that's a Whisperwood Elemental face down.
Oh, she did get 1 manifest out of it. Looks like that was on Gerard. Oh, of course. Self-inflicted wounds is sorcery. What am I talking about?
Yeah. 2 self-inflicted wounds for Fabiano so far this game.
Yeah, the last one looks like he got a Fleece Bane. It's a lot of creatures in this standard. I've seen those creeping into main decks. Tom Ross ran a mono black Warriors deck on Standard Super League this week.
Ooh,
Self-inflicted wound in the main.
nice. Basically assuming nobody will play mono red. Then he can find something in almost every other deck.
Well, if he wasn't going to be the one playing
Yeah,
mono red,
exactly.
who else is going to do it, right?
So, an Ashiok from Gerard gets a Siege Rhino. But it is looking, probably will not get to cast that Siege Rhino since it's looking at taking 4. So Den Protector flips up, reveals, returns Whisperwood Elemental to hand.
She's got a handful of gas right now.
Yeah. Kill Ashiok. Oh,
Try to
Ultimate
kill
Price.
Ashiok.
Try to kill Ashiok. Ultimate Price takes down. Ashiok falls to 3. But Wishboard Elemental is going to
Presumably.
come back. The theme of Standard at this point. Sometimes they come back. And there it is. Trigger. Get a manifest. Gerard ticks up Ashiok. Nothing eligible. And there's Crux of Fate. And sort of perfect timing for it.
Yep.
Unless one of these is able to flip up. Yeah, Den Protector would be pretty brutal here.
Yeah, Whisper would normally pretty good against Wrath effects like Crux of Fate, but if you sack it to make everything turn into a manifest, there aren't any non-face down creatures to
Something's
trigger that
happening.
ability.
2 Windswept Teeth just got broken.
She got a Fleece Main face down, maybe?
It's a Courser of Krufix. Sacrifices the Wishboard Elemental.
The
Oh, look
Den
at
Protector
this.
gets manifested!
Oh my gosh.
That worked out.
That is insane. So now Den Protector is going to turn up.
But it's totally a manifest, not a morph.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, we'll give you an update on how this wraps up. It's going to be, I can tell you right now, there's going to be a Wishboard Elemental in play in a few seconds. and we're underway here.
Can we play a game where both players have mana?
Well, we got to do some stuff here. That looks like a Thoughtseize took a Den Protector out of Alexander Haynes' hand.
All right, they both have 2 mana. We've gotten this far in both of the previous games. We've not gotten both players to 3.
We're on turn 3. Will there be a third? Look at this. A third land drop for Siggy.
What about Alex?
Plays his Deathmish Raptor. Can we hit the critical 6 lands in play on turn 3 for the first time in this match? Yes, we can.
Game on.
And Deathmish Raptor on the other side of the table for Alexander Hayne. after two really kind of fumbly, awkward games, this one's obviously gonna go to time.
It is an odds-on mirror match.
I'm gonna shuffle again. Can I just like?
Yeah, 75 cards.
75-card mirror. Both of these guys sporting the face-to-face game sleeves. They've been testing together for a while. Seems like the basic land choice is the only thing they disagreed on. Oh, Alex playing the territorial game. This is Ben Rubintek from way back in the day. Psychologically intimidate your opponent by using up more than your fair share of the table space. Make them feel crowded.
Jan Moritz Merkel. When we were at Pro Tour, I think that was Kobe.
Sure.
So go ahead and shuffle your deck.
So in comes Deafness Raptor. They turn to dust each other. They just both collide and die. And then Siege Rhino here for Mike Sigrist. Gets a little bit of his lost life back. And hopefully Rashad will let us know what happens in that match between Jadine and Gerard. Looked pretty good for Jadine there.
Agreed.
And she was already up a game.
Oh, sounds like Dragon Lord Silumgar came down to steal Whisperwood Elemental.
That seems impossible.
How? Why doesn't it get sacked as a response?
Unless I guess maybe.
And then Gerard sacked it. It seems like a mistake.
Yeah.
Sure that didn't come out from under an Ashiok? I mean, Gerard can get a Whisperwood from Ashiok. Should not be able to get one from Silumgar. All we know is Silumgar plus a Whisperwood. We're next to each other on Gerard's side of the board.
Okay. So more from Alexander Hand there. It gets Hero's Downfall. It
was not a Den Protector. Gotcha.
It was just a Deafness Raptor that is just looking for a Chris Pratt to lead it back into the red zone.
It's like, I'm fine being in the graveyard. Look at you tapping out from main phase. Hero's Downfall. Here's the Den Protector.
This is the Den Protector, yeah.
He played that pretty well.
And Den Protector is going to get back Den Protector.
And Raptor.
And two Raptors, yep.
And Death Touch means it only takes one to block a Siege Rhino.
So disgusting.
Pretty absurd sequence, if that's... I mean, we're assuming that's a Den Protector. Even if it's a Raptor, just flipping it next turn. It's like a precursor golem. 5 mana for 3/3/3s.
Yeah. You just have to make a 3-mana down payment. All right. Mike Sigrist scries. He's also, it looks like, holding a Den Protector. And has one Deafness Raptor in his graveyard.
And these guys do not have the Ugin that a lot of these lists will run.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's start the chain.
Wow, he attacked?
Yeah, he did attack. Den Protector returning Den Protector. It's so disgusting.
Oh, and he double blocks.
Yep. Well, he's worried about a Hero's Downfall there.
Sure.
It's a Morph for Mike Sigrist, which I believe to be his Den Protector, which will then return a Deafness Raptor and a Hero's Downfall or a Siege Rhino.
Still, it's 2 Raptors to 1.
Yeah.
And 2 Den Protectors to 1.
Yes, Den Protector loop is engaged.
mean, Hayne can just attack with Den Protector, right? Fine, Sigrist can flip and then block. But great, you traded Den Protectors, and now you play another one face
Right.
down. You're just right back to where you were a turn ago, except... Yeah.
From your lips to Alexander Haynes' ears.
He's not going to bother with the trade. Four mana?
Give me a Siege Rhino.
I guess that's better than Den Protector face down when there's no good targets.
Right. He deals with my Siege Rhino. I've got a Den Protector in hand. So Den Protector flips up for Mike Sigrist. It's time for him to think about his triggers. He's going to get Hero's Downfall. He's going to return a Deathness Raptor.
Haynes the one who's ahead in this race, though.
Oh, yeah. Sigrist is down to 8.
Yeah, I mean, kill Rhino, attack for 6 is tempting, but he loses that race unless Mike has a Siege Rhino of his own in the land.
Looks like he's going to play Courser Crucifix. Finds get another land, gains a life. Ooh. He's got a Nissa coming. And passes the turn. Yes. He hasn't quite let go of the turn yet. Now he has. Okay, there we go. Keeps his Hero's Downfall in reserve.
Yeah, he's not happy playing defense when he knows Alex is holding a Den Protector, but he kind of has to.
Well, I guess maybe he'd rather make Alex have to go through an entire turn cycle. Lines up his blocks. Den Protector on Den Protector. Deathness Raptor on Raptor for the moment. Looks like he's still thinking about it.
Yeah, there's just no way to exile those Deathness Raptors in this matchup, the way these guys have their list configured.
Right, no Ugin, no... I mean, not that they're going to play it, right? But there we go.
Yeah, downfall the Rhino, trade.
Yeah, but this seems terrible knowing that there's
This Den
a
Protector,
Den Protector.
is pretty good.
Okay, I will Den Protector back. 10 points of power. Seeger says Elspeth I thought he was going to play his Nissa. Makes a 4/4.
Elspeth can't win this race, can she? I mean, Nissa. Nissa can't win
I
this
don't
race, can
think
she?
so. I mean, I just don't even think it matters much here. loot the den protectors.
Presumably. I mean, I think we're at the point where Alex has to decide what he wants to get. He could get
Oh,
a siege
he
rhino.
could get a siege rhino.
But yeah, he gets your den protector.
Okay. Gets back den protector, returns 2 Deathmiss Raptors, which he could just bash in without any regard for their safety. You can just bash everything in here. It doesn't even matter. Is Mike Sigrist out of cards? Yes, he is. This is trying to look menacing there. Hang out with these creatures and look like a blocker.
He's trying to defend territory. Sigrist has crept back into the red zone.
Elspeth and Hain from Alexander Hain. Looks like it is.
Not going to attack the Den Protector into the 4/4 land that can block it. Just sending the Deathmiss Raptors. Looked like he was sending them at Nissa.
He was.
Yeah.
So knocks Nissa down a peg, eats the Llanowar wastes, loses or misplaces. You don't lose your Deathmiss Raptor. You just misplace them.
I like it.
And here comes Elspeth. It's easy to see what these guys like about this deck. Just super grindy, lots of card advantage. Everything's everything's value.
Good deck is good.
Elspeth's going to come down for Mike Sigrist. He said 75 card mirror here. Although it looks like they may have sided a little differently. I don't know. We don't know if this is in for Hain as well. There we go. Makes 3 soldiers, passes the turn. That sounds like Gerard managed to pull out game 2 there. He and Jadine are going on to game 3.
Oh, Elspeth minus. Clear the land. Now Den Protector's unblockable. And Deathmiss continues to have Death Touch. Gonna kill it? Sure. Give him the chump with a token, that's fine too.
Chump from Deathmiss Raptor. Went at Nissa with the Den Protector. Nissa down, no more 4/4 lands for the time being.
Elspeth survives though. So far.
There's a Courser. He's got a Siege Rhino on top. Siege Rhino's on both
Mirrors.
sides.
Both players have a Courser revealing their top card to be a Siege Rhino.
Your final standings are being posted by the orange banner. You may now collect your prizes at the prize wall.
There's 15 minutes left and you're out.
Let's say he pushes
Wow.
the Siege Rhino. Plays a Morph.
I mean, he does already have a Siege Rhino in his hand, right? From this Den Protector?
Yeah, I think so.
Effectively.
Oh, yeah, yes, yes, effectively does. There's Siege Rhino from Mike Sigrist. Can Mike build up to the point where he actually gets the ultimate Elspeth here?
Well, it's interesting. If that happens, it feels like Hayne did something wrong, because Hayne had the initiative. He could have gotten to Elspeth Ultimate first if the players had just stared at each other.
Right.
But he felt like he needed to get Nissa off the board, so he went minus with his own Elspeth, cleared the land, Den Protector, chipped off the Elspeth. Now, if Alex had a removal spell, like Glare of Heresy, if he basically needs one removal spell on Siege Rhino to set up Den Protector to start chipping away at Mike's Elspeth. I think that's why he pushed that Siege Rhino, was he was really just trying to find any way. If he removes that Siege Rhino, he just wins. Has not been able to do that so far, though. Mike will get a replacement next turn, but Alex can glare first. Either glare the Elspeth or glare the Rhino and start chipping away at the Elspeth with Den Protector.
I assume you want to.
I think I mean, he has 2 Den Protectors, so he can actually glare the Rhino and immediately kill Elspeth.
Right.
He's seen every card Mike's drawn because of the Courser, so he knows there's no tricks.
So Elspeth's on 7.
It's a good thing he pushed that Siege Rhino. He wouldn't have got the Glare of Heresy in time without it.
Good.
All right.
He does not flip his Den Protector.
Can exile target white permanent.
Now, I think the play is Glare Siege Rhino, flip Den Protector. Elspeth's at set. He doesn't kill Elspeth. That's the problem.
But he can just glare Siege Rhino, flip Den Protector, glare Elspeth,
Sure.
or vice versa.
That's fair.
Activates his Elspeth up to 4.
Yeah, 2 Den Protectors could only hit for 6 loyalty, so the 7th point of loyalty makes my line not work.
Passes the turn. Rhino, and then reveals a temple. It's going to leave an Obzon Charm on top. Plays Siege Rhino. Mike Sigrist is going to need to reclaim a little more table space from Alexander Hayne here. Although, you know, like, Alex can just keep pushing his soldiers forward like Space Invader rows, you know.
He is the one with an active Elspeth.
Yours are up next, buddy.
He's just going to kill 2 Siege Rhinos here. Ticks in with Den Protector. And plays a morph.
Hayne certainly seems to be in great shape. Nabzon Charm can draw 2 potentially. Feels like Mike's just going to have to string a couple of things together to win from here.
Drawing 2 seems like a good place to start there.
One of them will be Death Miss Raptor if he does that. sure he has any other real options. Well, the other's a Wingmate Rock. And now he's set up to draw Downfall next turn. What does that do? Just throw a soldier into the fray to trigger raid on Wingmate?
Yeah. Seems like the play. That's what Singer should do. He sends it at Elspeth. Like, okay, great. That's all I need to meet the criteria for raid.
Oh, yeah.
Gets a token.
Wingmate Rock, pair of 3-power flyers.
3 power flyers, and also a way to just sort of to gain a lot of life if he needs to.
True. Haynes' newest face-down creature was apparently a Death Mist Raptor, which he flips, bringing back the Death Mist Raptor from the graveyard face down.
Pushes Seder Wayfinder. There's a Siege Rhino on top. So funny. We watched the first 2 games, and in each of the first 2 games, a player got stuck on 2 land and did nothing.
Right.
Both players missed on Seder Wayfinders, and it was like, oh well, this was very uneventful. This game is, you know, this is, I don't know, we've seen 100 permanents in play this game.
All right. Alex lining up an attack. Death Mist. And the 4/4 Death Mist and a Morph. And the face down Death Mist. 3 Death Mist Raptors coming over.
Looks like he's just going to chump all 3 of them.
Or chump the 2 face-up ones. The 4/4 and the face-down one that can become a 4/4.
Yep.
Split the difference. Take 3.
And a dozen soldiers now in play for Alexander Hayne. Encroaches just a little bit more into Mike Sigrist's space. Hero's Downfall. Another Hero's Downfall on the horizon.
We're pretty sure Hayne has a Den Protector as the other face down morph, the one that did not
Yes.
attack. So he declined the opportunity to flip it, get Glare to take down half of Wingmate Rock. Had that option and declined it.
Maybe more worried about an Elspeth or something, wants to keep that in reserve.
I mean, Elspeth just loses in a fight to those Wingmate Rocks.
Okay. Wingmate Rock attacks Elspeth. Elspeth down. Plays a morph. Okay. Which I think we saw was a Death Mist Raptor, right? We saw a Death Mist Raptor go by on the top of his deck.
Yep.
Getting pretty close to the point where Hayne can just start sending in the entire team.
Getting there. There's now a new den protector in Alex's graveyard.
By the way, it sounds like time just got called around. These guys have a little extra time,
A little bit.
but on the main floor, time has been called in the round. So I don't know how much extra time these guys have, but we'll try to find out. So here comes the Deafness Raptor. These guys have 5 extra minutes, so there's still 5 minutes to go. But it is conceivable that neither of them could win in those 5 minutes.
True.
So Deafness Raptor blocks Deafness Raptor, putting a face-down Deafness Raptor into play. One of a couple of different type of loops that this deck is capable of. Signers climbs to 14 with his land drop. Oh, sorry, 15. There's 2 courses of Crucifix in play. He's holding a pair of Heroes Downfalls at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And a Siege Rhino. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was attacking creatures. Okay, so it gets in with 2 Wingmate Rock and a Burn Token. I want to call it 2 Wingmate Rocks, but that's
Sure.
distinctly different.
Totally different.
Suddenly Haynes at 8.
Yeah, no, the Wingmate rocks are a big deal.
Okay, Deafness Raptor. Bring back face down Deafness Raptor. Here's an Abzan Charm. Plays his land for turn. Hayne goes to 9. The Windswept Teeth on top of his deck. Said Haynes had the opportunity to Den Protector back Glare of Heresy on that Wingmate Rock. All right. In comes a Deafness Raptor. In comes another Deafness Raptor. And we're going to loop a Deafness Raptor here for Mike Sigrist. Can either of these players finish this game out before time is called?
Yes. I mean, Haynes seems to me to be in the better position because he's the one who's got the Den Protector loops going.
Right. So here's a Den Protector. He finally turns it up to get a Den Protector.
Yeah. He's got like 14 mana in play, so can't afford to do all this all at the same time.
Plays a Den Protector. Flips up Den Protector. Gets back Glare of Heresy. He's going to glare the more substantial half of the Wingmate Rock pairing.
Not a bad turn.
Time has been called now in the feature match area.
Wow.
So Hero's Downfall takes down one of the Courser Crucifix, or the Courser Crucifix. There's still 2 on Mike Sigler's side of the table. There's a Den Protector. So now Mike can start doing a little looping with his cards. Gets in for 3 with the bird token. See, yeah, it has to kill the Courser there, because the Courser just completely changes that from a 3-turn clock on the board, which is basically how many turns Sigrist has,
Right.
to a 4-turn clock. Just 1 land.
Also might blank some draw phases. Siege Rhino for Alex means he's not dying to just that Wingmate Rock token.
Oh, yeah.
Den Protectors are not the easiest things in the world to block here.
And 3, an angry book club of Den Protectors. I
Yeah.
think that's the collective noun. Come in with a Death Miss Raptor.
Yeah, Haynes is trying to figure out how many tokens he can attack with. He's only got 2 attack phases to win this game.
Right.
This is turn 2. He'll also get turn 4. So he's forced to be aggressive because he really wants to win this in regulation.
Okay, so
Sigrist
Death-
has his
yeah,
Death Mist,
Turns a Death Mist.
which gets him a blocker for those Den Protectors is the crucial thing that it does. In fact, 2 blockers.
But Obzon Charm is going to exile a Death Miss Raptor.
And this one is a trade at best. Alright.
It's a token each with the Coursers.
Raptor trades for one of the Den Protectors, so 3, 6, and 6 tokens getting through? Is this Alex dealing 12?
Is that your hand? Nope, those are the creatures that stayed back. There was no room. So now Sigrist is deciding who else might be blocking. And it feels like Sigrist is now playing for the draw.
Yep. Well, he may think that he can win with 2 Wingmate Rack bird token attacks. It turns out that Alex has a Siege Rhino in his hand.
But Mike knows that, right? Mike has seen it. It's either returned or revealed.
Sounds right.
All right, just lines up all the soldiers.
All tied up.
Oh, and then the board gets a little tidier. Yeah, but Alex is in a commanding position here. $14 permanents to 3 in terms of non-lands.
But Alex only gets 1 more attack phase. He'll have a Siege Rhino for it.
Siege Rhino. Does Haney have 2 extra taxes?
If we're on Mike's turn, this should be turn 3. We're on Alex's end step.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Rhino
Turn
gets downfalled. Den Protector on top for Mike's last turn. In addition to this one for this turn.
Flips up Den Protector to go get Sea Drino, to play Sea Drino, and to get a Deathless Raptor. Sigrist goes to 6. Hain falls to 6.
Undoing the last Rhino.
But he can't attack here with the bird token, can he? It doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah. Alex has got him.
Yeah, Alex had 15 permanents, that could attack.
All those soldiers that built up from Elspeth were able to close the deal there at the end. Looks like JD and Gerard also went past time. What happened back there? Looks like they've also just finished. They definitely were in a game 3.
Oh, yeah, they were. And
they got a draw.
They were not able to finish their match. Versus Adam Snook.
What's BBD up to at this tournament?
Right now he's getting thought seized.
Looks like he's up to normal Siege Rhino stuff.
Yes.
More Siege Rhinos, dueling Siege Rhinos.
Yeah, well, these are not the same Obzon decks you're looking at, though, I think. With Anafenza and Sirach in Adam's build. Obzon Charm draws a couple cards.
Oh, this is Obzon aggro?
Yeah, it certainly looks like a more aggro version with Rakshasa Death Dealer.
Yeah, and Anafenza.
They're all a little blurry to me.
Death Dealer Anafenza is...
Yes.
Fleece Main and Dramoka's Command tag team to beat up on a Death Dealer.
Yeah, now a 5/5 indestructible. Invulnerable, what the heck? There's Sirach.
Indestructible Siege. Fleece Main Lion, though, holding off the team.
There's Anafenza.
How awesome would that offense be if it wasn't for Indestructible Fleece Main?
Yeah. Okay.
Obzon Charm.
Yeah. The reason the Fleece Main is a 5 is because it got to get a counter in a fight with Dromoka's Command. In addition to its monstrous counter.
Thought he's got Soren in there.
We assume that morph is Deathless Raptor. Another Rakshasa Death Dealer from Adam Snook.
Wow. A Death Dealer of his own for Brian Braun to win.
Just going to have a game determined by who plays the most Siege Rhinos.
Sure it's not going to be who plays the most Fleece Main Lions?
Hero's Downfall aimed at Sirach. It looks like a Valor stance is going to be taken here, no? So he fights with a Sirach, puts a counter on his Siege Rhino. There's Fleece Main Lion number 2. It can also has the ability to go monstrous here. But when he attempts to, it gets Hero's Downfall. So nobody's really attacked here. Warden of the first tree. That's going to get met with ultimate price. And Adam feels comfortable attacking here with his 5/6. Yeah.
And Rakshasa has 7 mana to play with.
It's Den Protector.
For Dromoka's command.
Oh.
Yeah. Police main even bigger. Beat up the Rhino in combat.
Yeah, this is just gross.
Now sneaks in an attack. Dromoka's command has Death Dealer beat up Siege Rhino, though. That's a chunk of damage.
Yeah, Dromoka's command has looked awesome this match on both sides. Okay, it looks like Adam Snook took game 1 there.
That definitely looked like Adam Snook taking game 1 there. Hey, we were told earlier that Brian won, though.
Okay.
That isn't what we just saw, unless the title is reversed. I admit I do not have their fingers memorized. Oh, is our title backwards? And that's Brian on the right?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay. Star City deck box.
Yeah. Well-worn, battle, weary deck box there. We needed Marshall's prodigious forearm recognition skills.
We did. So Brian Bronduin is on the Abs on Aggro list on the right of your screen.
There we go.
Adam Snook is on the left of your screen. Now we've got our graphics set up better.
So self-inflicted wound takes down the Fleece Main Lion. Follows it up with a Thoughtseize. Sees a Siege Rhino, an Abzan Charm, a Sorin. Takes the Sorin. There's Siege Rhino. It falls to Hero's Downfall. And Abzan Charm replenishes Adam Snook's hand. And he plays another Fleece Main Lion. There's Rakshasa Death Dealer for Brian Bronduin. And a window to monstrous the Fleece Main Lion.
Yeah, that indestructible Fleece Bane line did a lot of good work for Adam Snook in the last game, but it did not ultimately get the job done.
So a second Fleece Main Lion comes down. He doesn't have the mana up to be able to monstrous it. It falls to Hero's Downfall. There's Anafenza. It gets Glare of Hereseed. In comes the Indestructible.
Brian had enough mana to regenerate once. He blocked, did the regeneration, but Adam had Hero's Downfall, so the Death Dealer did in fact die. Another Death Dealer dies to another Downfall. But BBD just keeps playing Siege Rhinos.
It seems like a good plan. It's been working for a lot of people all year in Standard.
A fine plan.
So there's Anafenza. In comes Anafenza, but it turns on Wingmate Rock. And comes Wingmate Rock and Friend. Murderous Cut takes out the Wingmate Rock.
Leaves the token behind, though.
And there's a Fleece Main Lion for BBD. And now Anafenza for Adam Snook.
Goes for Indestructible, crosses his fingers, and yes, gets to untap. Fleece Main does not die as a response.
And now Dromoka's command, and that's it. Brian
Siege
Bronduin.
Rhino number 3 was the finisher.
Yeah, he wins 2-0.